Cool.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sandra, and I'm the UK representative for Okinawa Convention Visitors Bureau. Firstly, I'm going to show you a short video of Okinawa. Okay, right. So Okinawa, in terms of location, is a separate island to mainland Japan. So as you can see from that map, you can see mainland Japan with Tokyo, Osaka, for example, and then a separate island is Okinawa. The capital city of Okinawa is Naha. There are 3 international airports within Okinawa, and they fly to Asian destinations such as Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, and Korea. UK travellers will have to go via Japan and then fly to Okinawa itself. Or some of your clients may decide to come from Asia and then fly into Okinawa direct. So, got a question for you straight away. So question 1, how long does it take to fly from Tokyo to Naha and Okinawa? Is it 5 hours, 3.5 hours, 4.5 hours, or 2.5 hours? Great, brilliant. Everyone got it right mostly. 2.5 hours to fly from Tokyo to Naha. So there are 160 islands in Okinawa itself, so there's plenty to explore. So it makes this destination really great for island hopping. The temperature, because of the subtropical climate, it's a year-round destination. So it averages around about 23 degrees on an annually, and the sea temperature doesn't go below 20 degrees. So it's kind of like perfect for any time of the year to visit Okinawa itself. So just to give you sort of like a quick preview of the different islands surrounding Okinawa itself, this is Miyako Islands. Basically, it's 50 minutes by air from Naha itself. It's got sort of 7 kilometers of like long white sandy beaches. Sometimes it's been termed as like the whitest beach in the Far East. Then you've got Kuma Island, which is a very remote island, and it's 30 minutes by air from the main island, Naha. So you have lots of many natural long sandy white beaches. It's also designated as a prefectural natural park. And what you see there is, as it is, it's very remote. You just got the sea and the beaches. There's no sort of restaurants or cafes on this island. Quickly rolling on to question 2. So what spectacular nature can be spotted between January to March? Is it dolphins, jellyfish, humpback whales, or seals? Brilliant. Yes, you mostly got right humpback whales. Yes, so they can be spotted between January to March. Let me just change the next slide. So the Kerama Islands is where you can see these humpback whales. You can normally sort of take a boat out there and then just sort of see these creatures like just sort of breaching next to you. So the Kerama Islands are actually quite close by to the main island, and it's consisting of like 20 large and small islands, so accessible by ferry, and also designated as a national park since 2014. It's home to a variety of corals, and there's lots of different sort of beaches to explore. Oh, sorry about that. I'll just go back one. So the Ayama Islands, I'm going to try and go back one, two more now. So okay, so sorry about that. So the Ayama Islands are the group of islands that I would highly recommend to go island hopping. So how you would get there is from the main island, you would fly to Ishigaki, which is your bottom right-hand corner there. Ishigaki Island takes about an hour to fly to there, and you have the international airport, which goes to all the other Asian destinations, but also a ferry port that will be, it will take you to all these other remote islands. So it's like a gateway to the Ayama Islands. And within these group of islands, you can see sea turtles and manta rays. Ishigaki Island is the busier island of all. So you've got your nightlife, you've got some restaurants and cafes and bars. And then in contrast to that, 10 minutes ferry ride away is Takatomi Island, which is in the top right-hand corner. And basically it's a very sort of quaint, sort of slower pace, sort of villagey type of island. It's kind of like very traditional looking with traditional Okinawan type houses. There's hardly any vehicles on the island, so you can walk around the island and sort of stroll on the beaches. You can sort of cycle around in an hour, or you can also take these water buffalo drawn carts as well. So it's a very different type of island, but very beautiful. And then those who love diving, this middle picture is Yonaguni Island, and it's to the west of Ishigaki itself, so it takes about 30 minutes to fly there. It's a diver's paradise, and it's got like underwater ruins, and you've also see sort of like hammerhead sharks as well. And in this main picture here, Irimoti Island is a very different island altogether again. 90% of this island is subtropical jungle, so people can sort of like explore the wonderful nature there. There's a wildcat that lives there, which is called the wildcat, and basically only lives on this island. There's about 100 that inhabit there. You can go snorkeling on this island, and also you can do your kayaking in the mangroves as well. So moving on to sort of more land-based activities, there's lots of different experiences that you can explore. So you can do your yoga, you can sort of do your sort of wellness things like spa experiences, hiking, cycling, walking, and even stargazing, where basically some of the remote islands are designated to be, you can see the stars at the brightest, basically. So on those remote islands, the town will sort of dim down their lights. There'll be some sort of concert music playing in the background, and then you can sort of sit back and relax and watch the stars. You can also, as I sort of mentioned, you can do your jungle trekking there, mainly on the Irimoti Island as well, but then on other islands you can go horseback riding, and during the summer months you can actually take the horses to the waters. And then you can also take part in sort of Okinawan cooking classes, and they use like a wide range of local ingredients that include the indigenous vegetables, pork and produce of the islands. So it's sort of quite a good cuisine experience there. So question 3, which martial art was born in Okinawa? Was it judo, karate, taekwondo or kung fu? Ah, so it was karate. So very close there. So yeah, the karate was actually born in Okinawa. Ooh. I think there's something strange happening to my screen, Sharon. I don't know if you can move it on.
Yeah, I think there might be somebody drawing on the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll get that sorted out on my end. You just continue
Yeah.
on.
So there's a picture of the karate. Okay. Let me just try and move on my screen. It's not actually moving, Sharon. Okay, so moving on to the next screen. Also, so quick sort of history, it used to be an independent region called Ryukyu Kingdom. And basically it was After World War II, it was under administration of the USA, and then it got handed back to Japan in 1972. So there's lots of different historical sites within the main island of Okinawa that you can see the traditional performances, and these are the dresses from the Ryukyu Kingdom. And then question 4, if that's going to pop up. Okay, so how much does it cost to eat out for dinner in Okinawa, excluding drinks? So between £4 and £17, £20 to £38, £25 to £32, or £10 to £15. So take your pick, see how much you think it costs. So very close. It's between £4 and £17. So it's pretty much almost very similar to that. Well done. So yes, it's not at all expensive to eat out in Japan generally, and some of the remote islands may charge a bit more, but there's lots of international cuisine available for those who enjoy a variety of different foods as well. You have the sort of like the Okinawa soba noodles, which is very similar to the ones that you have in Japan, and then they have their typical Okinawan foods as well. So Okinawa is also one of the 5 hotspots of longevity hotspots in the world due to the tropical climate, and also the community spirit, and also the well-balanced diet. And then question 5, when can you see the cherry blossoms in Okinawa? So this is a bit different to what you might know. Is it late March to late April, late June to late July, mid-January to mid-February, or mid-February to mid-March? So very sort of close, but one of them is the right answer. Brilliant. Yes. Okay. So 42% of you said mid-February to mid-March. Oh, no, sorry. It's mid-January to mid-February. Because of where it's located, it starts there first. So like normally mainland Japan is around about sort of like April, May sort of time. But in Okinawa, it starts first. So you can sort of stagger people's viewing of the cherry blossoms, and they can tie it in with the whale watching during the January to March time. So these are the cherry blossoms here. So to conclude, so basically these are my details here. We've also just launched our training course on online travel training as well, so be sure to find our course there. 3 modules to complete and lots of different prizes to be won. We have a website, Visit Okinawa, and please follow us on Instagram and Facebook, so there's lots of insider tips on there as well. So thank you very much for listening, everyone.